I kind of want to go over the bans. So Standard had a set of bans today. mtg ban and restricted announcement. Let's share our screen. Watch it's okay. So this is how I can see now what it is. Hey, what's up, Kingpin? Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for jumping in. And I can see how it's spelled. It's MST3K. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense than what I was saying. So let's talk about these bans real quick. So no changes in anything besides arena formats and standard. And standard is the big one because almost all of the problem cards have been banned. So if we start from the top, Corey Steelcutter had some of the highest play percentage of any card in standard besides Monstrous Rage. And what's crazy is they were played in the same deck. Same deck, side by side. Usually when you have a card that's dominating the format, you have that card, and then you have another card which is able to balance against it, helps keep that other card in check. In this format, it was actually just insane how two red cards were dominating the format. We had Corey Steelcutter and Monstrous Rage at the top of the meta. Whether you're playing Izzet Prowess or if you're playing mono red, there were even decks that were mono red mice that were playing Corey Steelcutter just because you could double spell so easily in that deck. And so Corey Steelcutter being banned and Monstrous Rage being banned, I think, are good for the format. When you have cards that are such a large percentage of the format that's being played, where's my phone? I got it. When you have cards that are such a large percentage of the format being played, and those cards that are a huge percentage of the format are also winning, it's a really bad look. And it doesn't matter how it looks. It's a really bad play experience. You want to make sure that you're prioritizing the fun of a format. Even if fun isn't the most important thing, you want people to be able to have fun. You want people to be able to have the ability to do their weird and wacky thing and enjoy the game that they love so much. When you come into a format and there's only one or two things that you can do, it's stifling to creation. It keeps you away from doing the thing that we love about Magic, which is diversity and each color representing a different aspect of the game. And the natural balance is off if only one color is good. And even though as we're going to get to with the next card, there was a couple decks like Omniscience and stuff that were able to keep up with mono red because they were just focused on taking advantage of blue and white's natural strength against red. However, I think that it's really tough when Wizards keeps printing cards that are more and more powerful than previous versions, because inevitably, we're going to get to a point where you just can't print a better version and things aren't going to keep getting better. And so Corey Steelcutter being banned, Monstrous Rage being banned, chef's kiss. They didn't stop there, though. Abuela's Awakening is also... before we move on. Heartfire Hero was the best mouse out of the mice package. Being able to have a 1-drop that whenever you target it each turn, it gets a +1/+1 counter. It just got so big so fast. And then it has the scamp text, where when it dies, it doesn't deal damage to any target. It deals damage to each opponent. But that's sometimes just all you need. You need to just push a couple points through. You attack with this thing that, if it dies, they die. And if they kill it, they die. And if they don't block it, they die. So I think hitting this 1-drop makes the most sense, even though it's kind of crazy that they had to ban a uncommon 1-drop alongside an uncommon pump spell. But that's modern power creep for you. Abuela's Awakening is banned. Omniscience is dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead. So personally, I was playing red, and so I was teched for the mirror. I was able to beat the other red decks pretty easily. We actually went 4-3 at the energy, and we ended up getting 37th. We played against a bunch of red mirrors. Actually, if I pull up Twitter, I can just show you. So let me pull up Twitter, which I'm not a big fan of Twitter, but it's where the Magic community is. There's a good amount of them on Blue Sky now. But still a good chunk of them are on Twitter, and this is where I like to post my results. This is my round by round breakdown. 4-3 with Boros Goblins in Standard. Round 1, I won against Boros Mice. I won a game, then lost a game, then won a game. Round 2, I won in 2 against Mono Red Mice, which was amazing. Then round 3, I played it against an Is It Cutter deck where in game 2, the VV, I missequenced my 1-drops. If I play my Bastronaut instead of my house or my Stadium Headliner first, then I'm able to have a token to sack to my Scamp or a token to sack to my Torch the Tower to kill their VV before they're able to untap and go crazy with it. So a missequence there allowed their VV to deal 20 damage on turn 4. And then, so at that point, I'm 2-1, feeling pretty confident. Round 4, play against Red White Mice, just get stomped. I get the bad variants, but that's how it goes. Sometimes you get bad variants, sometimes you get good variants. So I was 2-2 at this point. Another day in the office. I took a deep breath. I reset, and we kept going. Then round 5, I play up against Green Black Roots, which I think is a pretty 50-50 matchup, but I don't have any graveyard hate in the sideboard. So I felt like I was very unprepared. I was very much so teched for the red matchup, and I felt like, I just had to kind of hope against the other matches. So I win game 1 pretty easily. Game 2, I lose in spectacular fashion. The Roots deck, when it goes crazy, it goes absolutely crazy. And then game 3, I'm just able to get a Cranko down. The Cranko isn't answered, and it just makes so many tokens. I top deck a Lord, and I'm able to swing in for lethal. Really good match against one of my buddies, Kyle. Absolute legend. Then round 6, I play against my buddy Alden. Never been able to play against Alden ever. And we talk all the time at the RCQs. We talk all the time at the NRGs, and he's always doing really well. He usually gets in the top 8. He's won a couple. Absolute legend. Really close game 1. That was my game to win. I punted because I was at 1 and I had a very established board state, but he top decked a Magebane Lizard, and then I top decked a Torch, and I had lethal if I torch his other blocker and then attack in with my Bastronaut because it is double strike and I can activate the Howl Squad Heavy. I didn't have to cast the torch, but I did cast the torch, and the Magebane Lizard triggered and killed me. And so that's just how that goes. Really close games. I punted game 1, then I lost a pretty honest game 2. So at this point, I'm 4-4 or 3-3, and I either go 3-4 or 4-3. The last round I play against Is It Cutter. I lose the first one. I get a bunch of sideboard cards in, and I win game 2 and 3. So if you look at the breakdown, I'm literally 50-50 with Cutter and Mice, which is amazing because those are the 2 best decks in the format at this point. And I tell people, I think that my deck's 50-50 against those decks. We just race. And the data shows, which is insane. We ended up getting 37th right here. Amongst some amazing, if you know the Energy series, you know that all these players are just absolutely ridiculous. Shout out to my buddy Garrick. Shout out to my buddy Charlie, Cliff Boyardee. Like all of these absolute legends are super, super good players. So to be among, people like Grayson who's won multiple energies is just an honor to play. And so it was a really good time. And Abuelo being banned, I think is really good for the format. I'm going to go through these and we'll jump into some games. But Abuelos for the format, I think is a really good thing. It allows people to, experiment because if the mono red deck gets banned, people are going to shift to the natural next best deck, which is Omniscience, because you have so many tech cards for other things. One of the things that I didn't show here is the person who won the tournament was playing Omniscience. It's a deck that just is able to cast spells for free starting turn 4. Once you get the Omniscience play, you can counter your opponent's removal for your Omniscience. You can play another Omniscience. You can loop Meringue River Regions to deck your opponent. That was the other thing. Omniscience is such a powerful deck because it allowed you to win without really having a win con. 2 Meringue, a authority of the consoles. Bounce and replay your own temporary lockdown. You gain infinite life because your opponent's creatures enter over and over and over again. And a lot of decks don't have an answer for infinite life in standard. You can also deck your opponent if they have if you're playing the mirror and they have a Roiling Dragonstorm in play, and you're able to use a temporary lockdown to flicker their Roiling Dragonstorm, you can deck them. So there's like a lot of really crazy lines with that deck. So I think banning that deck is pretty safe. And it just keeps the natural segue from red to Omniscience from happening, which is cool. Because what this ban shows is they want things to be shaken up. They want things to change. Up the Beanstalk is a card that's banned in Modern. Doesn't really need to say a lot about it. People have been clamoring for Up the Beanstalk to be banned since Matt Nass won the Pro Tour. It didn't have to go, but I think that it makes sense to de-incentivize the decks that, we're dead from coming back. Like Domain can't immediately just become the best deck again because Beanstalk is gone. And I think that's a good thing. Hopeless Nightmare is in the same boat. 2 or 3 sets ago, Hopeless Nightmare was like the best card in Standard. And next to the other card that got banned, This Town Ain't Big Enough, the bounce deck was just ridiculous. And a lot of people don't like playing against every turn getting your stuff bounced. And This Town plus Storm Chaser's Talent is a pretty brutal lock. So these are the bans, and I think that overall it's really good for creativity. It's really good for brewers like me who want to do different things. Like I want to play Goblins. Most of these cards were homogenizing the format and making it so that people aren't able to enjoy doing what they love. And without these in the format, I'm super excited to play Standard again. So if you enjoy this, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. That was the end of the video. Now we're jumping into some games. We have to. You're seeing me do live editing here. That was the video about the bands I'm going to post tomorrow. And then today we get to worry about Standard. Let's jump into it. Take a deep breath, reset. I hope you all are relaxed. Grab yourself a glass of water. Stay hydrated. Hydrate. This is the mixtape. All right, so season rankings got reset. Makes a lot of sense. Banned cards. So cool. Get them out of here. Suspended Alchemy cards. Okay, so we got 2 rares and a bunch of uncommons back. But if we go back to the deck, we were testing War Leader's Call and Shelter by Ghost in the main. What we did was we took the Shelter by Ghost and put them in the sideboard. We put the Screaming Nemesis in the main. This is what we ended up doing for the energy. I'm going to show you. Screaming Nemesis, we cut Twisted Fealties, 3 Obliterating Bolts, cut the Burst Lightnings, played Screaming. So we played the full 4 Screaming Nemesis main. We also played Suplex. We played 3 Suplex. And then we played 3 Howl Squad. So we played 3 Howl Squad, 3 Cranko, 4 Screaming Nemesis, 3 Suplex. And this was the list. I believe we went 3 and 3 on Verge and Inspiring Vantage. Excuse me. And then I think we went 1 Soulstone. Then when we go to the sideboard, we had the full 4 Mage Bane. Babe. It was a Babe, all right. The full 4 Mage Bane Lizards. We played High Noon. Don't know if High Noon's like still needed now. What I want to play is a Brotherhood End. It's Brotherhoods. There's an S not in the middle, but at the end. So 4 Mage Bane, 3 Stone Brain, 3 Obliterating Bolt, 3 Brotherhood End. And then we just played 2 oh my god, what's it called? Sheltered by Ghost. And I think this sideboard is pretty good. We have a bunch of removal in the main. Maybe Brotherhood End is just good against artifact decks. I guess Stonebrain isn't as needed now. What do we want against control? Yeah, honestly, I feel like what we had was fine. Let's play 2 Brotherhood Ends, 2 Stone. We could play 2 Stone Brains, but the issue is what are we hitting with Stone Brain now that Omniscience is gone? Could take Shiko. We could play. I guess we could play Split Up. It's double white though, which is pretty tough. Oh, we can play Rest in Peace. That's what it is. 3 Rest in Peace, 2 Sheltered, 3 Brotherhood End. Oh, come on. Brother. Perfect. Let's try it like this. And let's jump into some games. I'm excited to see how this is going to go. Ranked best of 3? Hell yeah. Let's see how fast we can rank up. Playing some Goblins in Standard. Really appreciate you being here. I'm on the draw. I'll try it. I was going to say, I've got a lot of removal if they're playing red. Burst Lightning me? Interesting. They do, okay. Manifold Mouse? Challenger, okay. So now I play a Mountain and I suplex. Hey, what's up, Sliver? Appreciate you so much for dropping in. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm super excited to play against a new standard format. Suplex has been super good so far. At the energy, it overperformed. It's overperformed already today. I should also say, I went undefeated at standard tonight, playing this deck with a slightly different, with the old sideboard. And yeah, so 3-0 tonight at standard. Now we're going to run it back and see how we could do here. We could play suplex and kill the higher claw. This is a lizard as well. I think we might just start punching Screaming Nemesis. If they block with the Mage Bane Lizard. Yeah, that makes sense. You thought about the Sephiroth combo? Talk to me. Are you talking about like Rakdos, Sephiroth, and then like just trying to No, to be honest, I haven't thought about Sephiroth combo, but that sounds like a really interesting idea. I'm curious to see what that deck would look like. So let's suplex the Hired Claw. Could have done this last turn. Let's play a Lord. No attacks. Cause here we go down a dead end road. Another lesson, my confession, like I sold my soul. Alright, we trade. They get to shoot whatever they want. Warren, Soul Trader, and Gravecrawler. Oh, sure. So you mean in modern? Yeah. I mean, I've looked at that before. I feel like anything that's not the Snoop combo is a little bit more convoluted than what we're currently trying to do. But I mean, I'm always open to things. I want to try new things all the time. So I could definitely do a video with that. I think the Sephiroth's a really cool card with Goblins because you're able to usually just have a sack outlet. And you make so many extra bodies that you can just flip things into place so easily. They have a pump spell. Ooh, Witchstalker's Frenzy. Okay. Sure. No blocks. Do I get to do it all? No, I don't. Very close, though. So Howl Squad, second Lord. Go to combat. Let's attack with this. Put them to 11. I can kill them next turn. Standard is healing! What's up, Alpha Ronin? Thank you for dropping in, bro. Really appreciate you being here. Almost done with Black White Blank, but wanted to play for a while. Hope to have it for Thursday. Oh, dude, I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's going to be a great time. I think there's so many cool things that are happening. Opponent might be forced to block here if I swing out with everything. So play a third lord. Everything becomes a 3/3. They have really bad blocks. If I attack, this is 7/10. Ooh, I think that does it. So Hordemaster, Suplex, the Manifold Mouse. I'll take a damage, but then you have 2 blockers. Let's count. Let's be smart. So they block here, they block here. They take 10, 13. Good game, opponent. Well played. You pulled 2 Vivies this weekend, 2 more, and you can do Cauldron Vivi combo in standard. Dude, Vivi Cauldron sounds amazing. That sounds like some pretty crazy stuff. Well, they killed my Krenko, but the Howl Squad got there. Obliterating bolts in. I don't think we want Krenko in this matchup specifically. They're trying to race, and we're just trying to stop them. Ooh. And I think that like Brotherhood End is really against the artifact deck, and it's against the like super go wide decks. We kind of just want to have spot removal and be able to hit whatever the good or the best threat that they have is, and then like be able to push through damage ourselves. Also, 3 mana for a sweeper sometimes can just be too much. But I was really missing it when I played against the Simulacrum Synthesizer deck tonight. I really enjoyed playing against that. My buddy was playing it, and we played actually in the finals. We were both the only undefeateds, and yeah, I was able to get there. Game 1, I just like raced. Game 2, you just smacked me. Lots of removal. Was able to get a couple Simulacrum Synthesizers down with an Elspeth. Then when he United Battlefronted, he made a bajillion constructs, and then the following turn made them all fly. It was pretty good. Game 3 was a slog, but I was able to get there. Dude, I'm so excited. It's been such a good weekend. It's nice to just take a deep breath. Oh yeah, Soul Cauldron is nice, but it definitely does feel like a mistake sometimes. It's like, oh, this hand is amazing. This is why I think I did well at the energy, was because the Torch the Tower and the Suplex allows my other threats to kind of just be like amazing. Crazy as it is, I'm just not going to play anything because they have a Burst Lightning. Because now I can Torch. And now I can get my threats down. They have to choose between killing a thing and playing a thing. Unless they have land plus 2 drop and a 1 drop. They could just play Screaming Nemesis. Now they kill it. Sure. So now this following turn, I get to play Bastronaut plus Suplex. I don't think there's a thing that gives their... Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think there's something that buffs their toughness anymore. Because if they had a Monstrous Rage, it wouldn't have killed it. No blocks. Soulstone Sanctuary. Screaming Nemesis. Scamp. All attacks. Red threats equals blue beat it. That's true. Okay, second Screaming Nemesis. Pretty good for them. You can shoot my Bastronaut. And if they shoot my Bastronaut, that's fine. I'll shoot their face. Now we leave these back as blockers. And now we just stare at each other. If I had a nickel for every time someone played Screaming Nemesis, it would be more than 2 nickels. Well, what does Screaming do? Okay, so Screaming Nemesis is a 3-mana 3/3 with haste. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. So it's actually really powerful. It's one of those cards that just does so much more than you would think on the surface. Buff it up. Now maybe, what's the 1 mana? There's a 1 mana, give it +3/+0, and then when it dies, you manifest. They could have that. That's dumb for a 3/3 for 3 with haste. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly why the card is so busted. This was a card that people were like, oh, this card's good. And then they played with it and they're like, oh, this card's good. You can leave it black as a blocker. And if your opponent attacks with a 10/10, you just 10 their face. Okay. Furious Bellow. 2 mana gives +3/+0 and first strike till end of turn. Interesting. Go to 6. That it. So now they get to shoot me for 6. I'll shoot this and shoot their face. And then they get to deal me 6. Well played, opponent. Well played. Very close. I'll be in the play. I think we run it back. I don't think we do anything differently. Maybe sheltered because we didn't see a ton of removal there. It's better than... Honestly, no. I want to do Cranko things. If they're just doing that, I think we can get there. Let's trim up Astronaut. Let's trim 2 Bastronauts and a Bolt, because we already have Suplex. It's so true. It's kind of crazy how much damage Bastronaut does. I'll take the play. I mean, this hand's really good. We have to save the Suplex for Screaming Nemesis. They still get to shoot whatever they want, but it'll be good for us. Play a Lord. If they kill it, I get a death trigger. Sure. Torching my 1-drop probably tells me they have another removal spell. Or again, they're leaning on the Screaming Nemesis line. No, you're good. Destroy target creature will stop that. Yes, destroy target creature does not deal damage, so it will stop that. You're right. So next turn, this turn actually, I get to play land, torch the Emberheart Challenger, play a second Lord, attack for 2, tie it up at 18. Now they play a Screaming Nemesis. Torch, probably torch again. Filigree Silex. Okay. We're going to start the murder train. Choo-choo. Pass it over. Goes to 1. Burst landing my face. Put me to 16. That seems interesting. They're going to rely on the Silex to win the game. Okay, go to combat. Attack for 4. Damage is good. I mean, I'm going to get 4 death triggers if they do it like that. They tap, put another counter on it. Where healing deck's out of control, red players aggro. They just decided to make the card do what it did for no real reason. Like, there was a reason, I'm sure, but they were like, it was not like there was a huge amount of life gain in standard. They kind of just were like, oh, let's make a 3/3 with haste for 3 mana. But that won't be good. Let's do something more. And so they decided on doing this. Attack. Blow up the Silex. I'm going to get 4 death triggers. Yeah. Land gone. Land gone. Okay, gone. Okay, gone. Beautiful. We didn't want any of those. Go ahead. But no, yeah, I feel like they were just like classic Magic. They just wanted to put more words on the card. Okay. I'm going to torch the original. That's fine. Ooh. This is really good. Get the Krenko down. Swift Spear's good. You have a double strike. So if they give it +3/+1, I guess they could just shoot my Krenko, right? Frenzy, okay. But now I get to kill both their things, which is good. So I'm at 10 all. Wow. Do I start cranking? No, I think we Obliterating Bolt the creature that can get double strike. Then we play the Howl Squad. This allows us to be both aggressive and defensive at the same time. You're right. 3/3 for 3 with haste is okay. 3/3 for 3 with haste that pings anything for the amount of damage it takes is really annoying. Forever banning you from healing is really, really dumb. It's classic Magic. Ironically, you're going to put Screaming Nose in your Fire Song and Sunspeaker EDH deck. Oh, that's so good. That's some great tech. I'm super excited to see how that goes. You got to come back and tell me how that goes, Sliver. I would love to know. Double Torch? Sure. Oh, we drew a Krenko, but we can't play it if we suplex. Let's go to combat and attack. I don't think they can do anything. Like, they can draw removal for my Krenko. Why does my computer keep blacking out? They just passed. I'm going to try to suplex the Swift Spear. I'm going to tap my Krenko and swing for 1. Max speed. Now they can kill the Krenko. Yep. My screen keeps blacking out randomly. Let me make sure my HDMI cord's plugged in all the way. And my HDMI cord is plugged in all the way. Yeah, why did it... Very interesting. Please come back. Okay. Go to combat. Attack with 3. Puts them to 4 and the turn. They're holding a land for sure, just like I am. Hired Claw's fine. Screaming Nemesis kills the Hired Claw. If we don't kill it now... Yeah, let's kill it now. Shoot it for 3 to play around whatever they have. Attack for 3, put them to 1. They need Pyroclasm? Question mark. Yeah, aggro v aggro top decks do win. And we get there. with one Cranko activation. Absolutely insane. If we would have played it scared the other way, we would not have been able to get the bodies on board needed to win, which is kind of insane. But really well played by my opponent. Very close games. Top decks just treated me a little bit better. All right, deep breath. Reset. And then let's do it again. And do it. And do it all again. If I had any amount of red, I'd put a couple in. It's just a strong blocker. Yeah, Screaming. Excuse me. Screaming Nemesis is dumb as a blocker. Aggro v aggro, the top of the pile does win. You are correct. This hand looks great. I got to draw 2 lands, but I have early game interaction and a way to, pressure my opponent. Let's run it. Opponent's considering. Oh, they went to 5? Play Astronaut. Okay. Black Red Verge, Dreams of Steel and Oil. Takes the Screaming Nemesis for sure. Top deck's advantage, play the Vantage. Go to combat, attack. I don't want to pump. Damage is good. Play a Scamp. Then I'll pass it over. Your device is dying. Thank you for the stream. Hey, thank you so much for dropping in, Sliver. It means the world to me. I hope you have a beautiful night, and I'll see you in the future, I'm sure. Ooh, Dread Knight. Dread Knight's so good. They get to lose a life and draw, which is what we want them to be doing. We can go to combat and attack. We can pump this, still leave up the torch. What's up, Derek? Appreciate you dropping in. Variance is definitely, I think, back and forth, such a huge thing, especially in the aggro matchup. I would not like to sack my scoop. All right, let's get a land and we'll be good. Play Dread Knight, pass. I'll torch it. That's the other thing. Mosswort Dread Knight is like making a big comeback right now, but I think the torch is just so good. Cut down a response. We just trade on a couple resources. What's the weird counter on the side? Oh, so this is speed. So I have a card that says start your engines. When you start your engines, you start at 1, and then each time, if you have no speed, it starts at 1. Increases once on each of your turns when an opponent loses life. Max speed is 4. When you get to max speed, some of these Aether Drift cards have special abilities. Like this one gets double strike. The other one gives all your or taps for a red for each of your goblins. Just a lot of really cool stuff. I'm gonna slam the Cranko here. Attack for 1. I'm not gonna sack it. I'm at max speed now. Let's see what they got. Extra lands, but run fetches, not for fixing, but to ensure you draw good cards. 1000%. Ooh, I'm glad I didn't sandbag the Cranko. They would have taken it with the Dreams. Maelstrom Pulse is fine. Ooh, top deck removal. Not the greatest, but it means that we won't die to a Shieldred or such. Not gonna do it. Pass it over. Oh, I see. In response, I would like to exile this. I'll hate to duress my suplex. That's fine. Take the suplex. Combat and attack. I would not like to sack this. Pass it over. Another Dread Knight, okay. Where's my suplex at? No. Pulse's stand. Yeah, another Foundations card. Foundations made Maelstrom. I also only think of this card ever as a modern card. Combat attack. Blocks. See, I would actually like to sack this to get a death trigger. Shoot your Dread Knight. Ooh, best possible scenario. Best case scenario. You got me calling my heart. But that and shocks, man, it feels like Ravnica block OG all over again. Shock lands, that is. Yeah. Maelstrom Pulse and shocks being in the same format is kind of insane. So they go to 8. I have 6 power in play. They can draw a card and then play the Dread Knight. Pass it over. So we're at max speed, so this has double strike now. I'll attack with just this 2/2. Would you like to trade? They could kill my Horde Master after they block. But I get a death trigger no matter what. Oof, this is amazing. Play Bastronaut. Do we save do we hold the Bastronaut to play around? No, because if they have a Dreams of Steel and Oil, we can turn that off completely. Knight of Reliquary and Noble Hierarch? Yes. Wizards, reprint those, please. It'd be such a cool format. Alright, do you have a main deck sweeper? They could have Maelstrom Pulse plus Cut Down. That could work. Well played, well played. Okay. Let's go to the sideboard. Obliterating Bolt's definitely going to be better than Suplex in this matchup. Just goes a little bit bigger. Let's see what they're doing. Geological Appraiser combo. High Noon would be good against them. But we don't play it anymore. I think we just do the clean swap Suplex for Obliterating Bolt, because having access to 1 extra damage could allow us to kill something like a Shieldred or a trying to think of 5 toughness creatures in their deck that their deck could be playing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I left a bag of ice and ice is melting. The ice is melting. Melted. The ice has melted. No ice in this glass anymore. Opponent's taking a mulligan. I feel like I have lands to cast my spells. They mill a Lily, which means they probably don't have enough lands to do what they want. Let's play Scamp first. If they kill Scamp, then we have our good 1-drop on 2. Do I still need Magebane in the Lord? Probably not, but I feel like I want something against Is It Julian, and I feel like Magebane is probably a little bit better than High Noon. Like, I could play either or, but I think that High Noon is probably a tad bit worse because it can't attack and it doesn't deal damage, and my whole deck is trying to attack. Like the Cauldron deck? Yeah, against like any version of Is It that remains after the bans. Feels silly to try to like completely change, like completely step away from the cards that stop that deck, because I feel like a lot of powerful cards are still legal. I just can't let myself be debating too hard away from the cards that, slowly win. But it's a good thought, though. I definitely agree. I don't have to play, any of the hate pieces. I had 4 3 High Noon, and now I just took the 3 High Noon out, and I still have the 4 Lizards. I guess you have a good point. I could probably trim. Maybe trim down to 3. But the sideboard is definitely in flux now because the all the cards we were trying to hate out are banned. But I really am enjoying the exile abilities. Like, I was able to tag a bunch of Mossword Dread Knights today. Just felt really good. Yeah, you cast that Dark Confidant. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Play the Howl Squad. Play the Scamp. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. They double block a 1/1. I guess we want these to have double strike in the future, so we'll just go like this. 3 attacks. I'll sack both my Scamps. Shoot the Appraiser. Shoot the Confidant. It could theoretically dome them for a lot, but I feel like the issue with giving them a bunch of extra cards is they could easily win with those cards. And this, for example, is a great reason not to attack with the Bastronaut, because now I can go, okay, well, I have 3, 4, full control. And I know it doesn't work on Arena, but I can do this in real life. Hard because the meta is so undefined. Exactly. That's kind of why I want to play it safe and not make any like changes until I know there's evidence for why. So if we go to combat, we make the token. I don't think I have a window. This is 4. But let's try it. Combat. Make the token. I guess I do have the window. 1, 2, 3 attacks. Blocks are good. Full control. Activate. Make mana. Pump. 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 All right, let's see if we targeted the right one. We could have done it one, then the other, then one, then the other. We didn't. For funny reasons. Activate. Oh, we did it. Okay, beautiful. Go to damage. Take 6. Get an end-step trigger. Pass it over. Gix's command. Oh, I guess they can't. They don't have 5 mana. Fascinating. They could play a second blocker. Cause part of me while I burst into flames. All right, all right, all right. Okay, they put it in play as a blocker with lifelink. Pass it over. Oh my god. Let's go to combat. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. 5 attacks, attack trigger, tap for mana, sack, shoot, pump. Oh my god! That was so good. And Golgari is a tough matchup for us because they have so much removal. That's actually crazy. All right, we ranked up. Silver tier 4, baby. All right, let's do it again. I'll probably do one more and then I'll crash. We played Modern before this today. Tomorrow, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I think I might try to get all these cards on mtgo and then play a challenge for standard. Try to put up a good result right after the bans. It's tough because I work till 6. So the challenge will have to start after 6 and then end before like 12. But I think it would be fun. Or we could try to do one this weekend. Either or. Let me know in the comments down below. What would you like to see? We stream every day at 10 o'clock p.m. CST. This hand doesn't have a lot of removal, but we have a lot of goblins. So let's take a damage, play a scam, pass it over. This looks like just Sky Control if I had to guess. Maybe just Blue-Eye Control. Play the Soulstone, combat attack. Yep. Pardon me as I burst into flames. Sear Slicer, get a guy, pass it over. Temp Lockdown. Top deck. Oh, that's pretty good. Play the Screaming Nemesis. Auto pay. 17 all. Next turn I can Stadium Headliner crack to shoot my own Nemesis to deal them a damage. Ooh, that's actually better. Only have one red source right now, which is awkward. Let's just go to combat. Get lost? Sure, I'll put that on top. I still attacked, technically. Get a token. Sure. I will take this action because I need a second red source. Now they lock down. They get lost. Give me some maps. Find my help me find my 4th land. I think that they're setting me up for another lockdown. So if they're doing that, let's just crack one of these maps. In that case, let's just play the Scamp. Crack the map on the Scamp. Crack it on the Scamp. Just put on the token this time. Howl Squad is perfect. Attack. 15. I was going to try to distribute the tokens, but I want to prioritize them not killing the Scamp because Scamp does a lot. Love like a lead pipe, the cold and careless kind. Okay, so what can we do here? We can just animate, but that's very bad. Instead, let's go Howl Squad heavy. And we just go to combat. Attack for 4. Not going to stack this time. Play the Sear Slicer. Force them to have a lockdown. Sure. Get lost is fine. We go a little bit wider than I get lost. Now they lock down. Yeah. They take all the maps. That's fine. And they demo field my land. Yep. That's good. Okay, second Krenko is phenomenal. Play the Krenko. Play the headliner. Pass it over. We have a lot of experience against blue light control. I love playing against blue light control in Modern. Oh, that's really good. So let's tap Krenko. Ward 2. Let's go to combat. This makes 5. So it's not enough. Oh, it depends what they block. That's right. So they block this one. Ooh, can I pay the ward twice? 2, 4. I need one more land to be able to do it. So this was a punt. We could hold suplex for something else. I mean, we do poke for 1. Damage is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Pass it over. We're looking for a Lord, really. It's the best card. Another lockdown's pretty good. Doesn't get the Krenko, though. Gold. Howl Squad is gold. And that's why we need to start playing Cavern of Souls. Because we used to not die to counter spells. We're playing Boros to like have good sideboard cards, but control's gonna be on the uptick soon. And so what we need to do is be prepared for it. Okay, coil and catch. Draw 3, discard 1. Land. Tap Krenko. No attacks. Go ahead. Sure. I mean, I make a billion blockers, so I'm fine with blocking. Play land. Suplex targeting a flyer. No attacks. Pass it over. Beza's pretty good. Chumps. Eventually we'll draw a Lord. Nemesis is also very good. Tap Krenko again. Sack the token, draw. Lock the Mistmoors. Block the Lockwell. Block the Beza. Dome their face. Tap Krenko. That's still 8 in the air. Oh, that's really rough. If we tag one of their blockers, they have 3. They take. So I'm thinking about what we could have done last turn. I don't think there's anything really. We hit one of their flyers. Really well played by my opponent. Really close game. Sure. No attacks. Pass it over. Ten in the air, I count. Good game. Well played. Yeah, I mean, killing the Mist Moors, I guess, was the way that I win that game. So when I blocked with the Screaming Nemesis, I could have shot the Mist Moors and killed it. And that would have been the right line, but hindsight's 2020. Sheltered. I mean, they have lockdown. So Torch is really bad here. Suplex is also pretty bad. Let's bring in the Mage Bane Lizards and the Sheltereds. I guess Obliterating Bolt's better than Torch or Suplex. Gets us closer to being able to answer those big things. I agree with this quote. Magic is for everyone. Sometimes you lose to a Protoss grinder who's getting back into the game after a long hiatus. And sometimes you lose to a 12-year-old kid who's picked up Magic for the first time and just loves the game. Magic is for everyone. Okay, this hand's pretty decent. I'll start off with a Bastronaut, start my engines. They have an Elspeth Smite. I'll play my Mage Bane Lizard. Smite it? No. Okay. Play the Seer Slicer. Make a token, pass it over. Lockdown's good. Mage Bane's doing the thing. Ooh, Vantage off the top is amazing. Screaming Nemesis attacks. Already at max speed, so the Bastronauts in the future will have double strike. And that 12-year-old can crush a Pretty Grinder. It's hilarious to watch. It's true. There is no, guarantee in Magic ever. That's what I love about it, is you have to fight for every win. You have to make sure that your reasoning is sound. It teaches you a lot about life. Okay. Ride's End. Ride's End again. Get lost. Okay. Play a Forge. Play a Bastronaut. Play a Scamp. Crack on the Scamp. Crack on the Scamp. All right, get those lands out of there. I'd rather draw them anyways. Second lockdown. No, base is good though. I guess if I just play Bastronaut, then I don't have to worry about the basic making tokens. So that was a punt. Mountain. I can get this to 3 first strike, which is not enough. Next turn I can get it to 4 first strike. Still doesn't kill the Beza. Let's play the Bastronaut. No attacks. It seems counterintuitive, but I need to get to the point where my Bastronaut can eat the Beza and first strike damage. Everyone can Dream Crush. It's so true. Lockdown's great. Sometimes you flood. It happens. No blocks. This means they probably have an Overlord. Stock up's good too. No attacks. I see that Restless Anchorage, so I think I'm going to block because I don't think I'm going to ever be able to attack again. I didn't want to do it last turn to see what they would do or to see if I would draw a Lord, but if I'm just going to keep drawing lands. Okay, counter my 1-drop. I respect it. Play my land pass. Lands and spells, and sometimes you don't draw what you need. That's the game. My opponent played it really well, though. Maybe Destroy Evil? Some copies of Destroy Evil or Battle Tactics? I could see the Battle Tactics being a second change the equation on a 1-drop. That just shows how close they are to closing the game. So buff up the Beza. Looking for ways to actually end the game. If they've been the 3 steps ahead and I'm top decking, that means they have removal or counter spells in their hand, probably. Howl Squad's really good, but I think I'm dead in the air. Because even though I make the token an attack, sure, Tashana's is good. Now my Howl Squad is just a chump block. And I die 3 different ways. They power up the Restless Anchorage, crack the map on it, have something on top, and now they have a flyer. Good game. Well played, opponent. Really well played. And you know what? We won the first 2. We lost the last one. That's pretty good. I really appreciate y'all being here. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock p.m. CST. Till then, I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go through the members real quick, and I'm going to jump off. Alpha Ronan, Tim's Top Decks, Elias Sutter, The Darth Newt, AD Watt 100K, Jared Monsterman, Annan, Roberio, Cypher777, The High Wumpus, AJR, B Rhyme, Gorvisker, Sliver of Nope, Scott McIntosh, Javier Hubo, Valeroth Yormander, and the newest member, Terrieth. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for being here. It really means the world to me. If you enjoy Goblins content, if you enjoy listening to me ramble, hit like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. If you want to do more to support the channel, you know what to do. Till next time, tomorrow, 10 o'clock p.m. CST, we stream Goblins every day. Till then,